With the holiday sales, my birthday and Christmas having been fairly recent, there's been a lot of additions to my collection that we're going to be talking about on the channel. And one of those things is this Adam Copeland that my sister gave me for my birthday. Now, funny story with him. My family makes birthday lists, or at least some of us do. And he was one of those things on my list. And so was the Chase version of this figure. And so when I opened him up, I was like super happy that I got him. I was thrilled. But in the back of my head, I was thinking, dang it, I missed out on the Chase version.
Squidward.
Now, I know it kind of seems like I'm being like ungrateful, but I think my reaction would have been the same if I would have gotten the Chase and not this version. I would have been like, dang it, I missed out on the other one. But regardless, it ended up working out for the best anyways a few days later. So Target is currently having a half-off sale on all toys, and I was able to come across the Chase version of the Unrivaled 17 Adam Copeland. And yes, I know it's basically the same figure, but except for the differences of the head and the shirt, and from what I'm noticing, the boots. But we'll look at that a bit more closely here in a bit. I did save the package of the standard Adam Copeland Series 17 figure. We'll have a closer look at that when I get the Chase version out of the box. Okay, so now that we got them both out of the package, we can start looking at some of the differences on the packaging. First and foremost, the standard edition has this picture of, we're going to call him Edge in this video, Edge, from what looks to be the attire that was used for his first figure release. If I'm not mistaken, this is the exact same picture too, I think. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. As you can see, it's on the spine as well. And on the back, it's using that same attire, the attire that is not being used for this figure. I don't know, just thought that was interesting. And on the Chase figure, it has a picture of Edge here with a more figure accurate attire. Not saying completely accurate. The irony of all things is the shirt he's using in this picture is what was included for the standard instead of the Chase. Obviously, you see the 1 of 5,000 sticker right there, which I know that these figures aren't very sought after. Honestly, the Chases of the AEW line are seen almost like scum of the earth, basically. But to me, this was still an awesome find. As you can see, there is a red print there as to where in the standard, it's standard or in white. And behind here, you can see a figure accurate picture of what you get in this package. It's the exact same outfit. Everything is exactly the same, as opposed to a standard that didn't give us an accurate picture. Okay, so here's both figures out of the package and their accessories. We're gonna get started with the mics. I mean, there's nothing really special about them. Chances are you've already seen this. It's the same for both of them. This Edge also has it. And a complaint I have about these figures, or the mics they make, they always tie them onto the hand because these figures straight up cannot hold the mics. I have a CM Punk that came with one, and he could not pick up the mic either, or he could not hold it. You had to angle it. Some of them do have a better grip on them, but for the most part, that's how these figures are. Another accessory they both come with is this hand. It's the same one for both of them. Yeah, nothing too special about it. Interchangeable hand. All right, now here's where we get to the nitty-gritty, I guess, of differences. So the standard comes with the rated R era shirt. Mine kind of came in poor condition. Like, there is definitely some QC issues that need to be addressed. Like, for instance, see that right there? Stitching is coming off. And this is how I got it when I opened it. I don't know if that's visible. Yep, right there. and at the end of the stitching and the Velcro. Oh, even up there. There you go. But yeah, that's the shirt that came with the standard. And as far as the chase goes, this one came in a lot better condition. It's a lot more, clearly more taken care of, which is crazy because both of these figures are new. Or at least when I got them. Other than the stitching here at the end of the Velcro, there is no loose stitching. Everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. And the design itself. Now, me personally, I'm not a huge fan of this shirt. Speaking in regards to the design, it's also kind of blurry. More so of a fan of this shirt, but you know, if you get them both, then you have the option to switch and to display the figures with the shirt that you like best. Okay, so next we're going to be discussing the vest that each of them come with. It's the exact same thing. As you can see, there's the gold buttons, the gold zipper. Everything is exactly the same. There's no difference to them, so you'll end up with the same vest regardless of the version of this figure that you end up picking up. Alright, so as far as body mold goes, it looks to be the exact same thing. The torso, as you can see, is the same paint job. Neither of the figures has darker shades or anything notable for that matter. The tattoos are exactly the same, as I would expect. Moving down, though, I did notice this difference whenever I took the vests off. On the chase version, the belt buckle is gold. And on the standard, it is a silver color. Moving down, you have the same legs. And funny thing, I noticed this whenever I first opened this figure. I thought he came with like two left feet, or like they were inversed. Because see, they look pretty funny. Like this looks like it would be his left foot, and then this would be his right foot. But then looking at this figure, it has the exact same thing. The exact same look. But anyways, yes, another difference is the color in the boots. This one has I want to say like a violet, almost burgundy kind of, yeah, it's like a burgundy. Or wine red was the color I was glossing over. And the chase version is, he's got the all black on, which is very reminiscent of the Terminator T-800 combo. And it looks good. I think it looks really good. Alright, so for what everyone was waiting for, the head scans. Now, with Jazzwares, like most companies, it can be a hit or miss. They can be really solid head scans, like the Jeff Hardy ones that they've come out with, or they can be bad head scans, like the Bryan Danielson ones that they've come out with. In this case, for the standard edge, this is a pretty solid head sculpt, in my opinion. He's got a happy expression with the mouth open. You got the details in the wrinkles and his forehead. And you can see his, oh, there we go. The details in the hair, as well as the curls forming in the back of his head sculpt. I think this has a pretty good likeness to Edge, at least modern day Edge, and yeah, I see really no issue with this head sculpt. Now for the chase, there's a few differences, and the most notable is the beanie it includes. It has the Rated R logo on his beanie, which in reality, I believe it It was something else. I can't really pinpoint it, but I remember seeing something else. The details on the beanie, though, are pretty good. As you can see, they even put in the stitching, per se. And everything looks sick. The logo looks incredible. Now for the face scan. The oh-so-controversial face scan. I've seen a lot of hate on it, but in my opinion, this looks like a more cartoony looking Edge for sure, but it definitely looks like him. I will say it looked better through the ringside pictures than it did, or than it does in person, but that's not to say that it's a bad head scan. I see a lot of resemblance with a Patrick Notstar. Every time I look at this head scan, I kind of think of him, but it's not a bad head scan. The beard details are awesome as well, and I love the fact that they included the little strands of hair in the back of his head. But overall, I still think that there's a pretty good likeness. It is more cartoony, for sure, but there is definitely a good likeness, at least to me. But before I move on from the heads, I want to point out, both of these edges are supposed to be from the same time period, yet they have differently sculpted parts of the beard. What do I mean? Clearly, the bottom half of his beard is more full here than it is on this figure. On this figure, the beard connects, while on this one, it doesn't. Seemed kind of strange to me. But I was looking at the packages to try to see which head sculpt gave a more accurate depiction. But it almost seems as if it's the chin patch is separate than the rest of the beard, as well as on this one. But at the same time, it kind of connects, if that makes sense. Or almost as if it's overlapping on the beard. So you guys let me know which one y'all think is more accurate. Overall, though, both of these figures are incredibly great, in my opinion. Props to Jazzwares for going the extra mile and not just making the chase a color variant. They went the extra mile and made a different head sculpt, included a different print of the shirt that was originally included. And yes, while I might have been hating on it initially, I think it was a great idea to have two separate images for the chase version and the standard version on the package. Jazzwares did a solid job on both figures. Honestly, these Edge figures have become some of my favorite Edge figures in my entire collection. I know that's a bold statement, but it's true. But what do you guys think about these figures? Are the head sculpts as bad as everyone says? Which of the two figures is the better variant? I'd love to know some of y'all's opinions on that. But anyways, stay tuned and more videos coming soon.